My name is Jocelyn Ackerman. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist and a licensed addiction counselor in the state of New Jersey and in Pennsylvania. And I come to Light to Earth Sanctuary from that background. I was introduced to Light to Earth Sanctuary by a mutual friend who actually did the illustrative vision boards for their first gala. And when I saw that posted, that excited my heart because I just have a passion, obviously, for families and working with a lot of families in crisis. My career, I'm in the corporate and healthcare industry side. I wanted to help a nonprofit that was able to get beyond some of the legalistic constraints that we have in the system that really can work from the heart to help families. And that's how I came to be in contact with Frankie and April. It's personal. It's deeply personal for me because I see that there is such a need for healing and restoration of families across our country, definitely in the tri-state area. New Jersey is one of the most densely populated states in the country, and with that comes a tremendous responsibility for our families. Light to Earth has touched me because I came out of, before coming to Light to Earth, the women's prison system, which is literally just down the road from Light to Earth. And there's only one in the state of New Jersey. It's called Edna Mahan Correctional Facility. I was working addiction treatment services for the women there. And knowing the history of Edna Mahan, she established that property to be a working women's farm to help do restorative justice. And with the penal system, things have changed dramatically, and that wasn't Edna's heart. So to find Frankie and see her passion to have a farm with 4 families and to restore the family unit together and provide hope and healing, it's just, for me, it's something that I couldn't get to see achieved in the systems, again, that I worked in. And I feel like even for Edna Mahan, I told Frankie that I feel like Frankie is the answer to Edna's prayers, moving forward with reestablishing restorative justice and bringing light and love through to the families that need it the most at this time. What I love most about the Light to Earth community is the spirit through which everyone here operates. It is a pure spirit of camaraderie and collaboration. People work holistically, and we're in sync in heart and mind and soul together. And there's no competition. It's just everyone bringing what they have to offer to the table and utilizing our unique gifts and talents to bring, the creativity of that to the forefront to help our families. And I just love that about the community. It's just so much love and so much positive energy here. For me, like my favorite memory was seeing the mothers weep at watching their children experience the joy of being able to come to a place that it's not just coming to the country. It is finding a sense of freedom and openness and space and feeling welcomed. And when you're in a position or a situation where it's just a lot of trauma, it's a lot of stress, it's a lot of conflict, to be able to just let your guard down and receive. And that, to me, was so tangible and so visible in the families that came through the door at Light to Earth, to have that guardedness, and then the walls come down, and they just melt in the love that's being provided here. Just deeply touched me to see that. I love the fact that to me, Light to Earth is a picture of heaven to earth. Just seeing the beauty of relationships, that there's just equality here. It's not about things that outside of the farm in the world that we live in today that cause people so much strife, like racial division or economic division or gender division. It's all these dividing factors just melt away at the farm. And the community here is just, again, so inclusive, and so mutually supportive. And that is just such a profound difference and a witness to people, either as potential donors or potential volunteers, and definitely, especially as the family is receiving the love. It's not about serving down, and looking down at someone, but it's sitting with people and including them as equals, as part of your own, inclusive as a family together. Like, we are all one here at Light to Earth, and that's what I value the most. I have seen God at work in Light to Earth in renewed hope. For the people who have been jaded and hurt in their lives from past abuse, to even, I can speak directly as a professional working in human services, you get jaded and burned out by a lot of challenges and corruption in the field and in the industry. And to be in a place where God is being honored and glorified, not just spoken in word, but tangibly in deed. And again, I think the key is through the spirit of love being manifested. It's not just cheap talk. It's not just putting a drop in the bucket. It's not just drop and go. It's just a real, solid, holistic relationship. And that's really what God is. God is love, and God is relational. And for us to be able to be collectively a part of this opportunity to bring the love and unity and the family of God together in this way is just so impactful. I believe that we have kind of reached a critical mass in our healthcare systems. A lot of what we're dealing with that's become corporate driven has lost humanity towards the people who serve, either on the serving end or the people who are receiving, when it's just about, kind of people coming in and out of a system, and it's a lot of grinding, like machinery parts. And that's very different to have the services, like the care, rather, coming from and through the farm. And it's not just about the families and the children. It's also about the animals. And just knowing in my work and my background with trauma, realizing the impact of helping traumatized or neglected animals heal and recover, and allowing them to do that on a farm where there's love and compassion, and then that's coming through from families that they themselves are in a journey and process of healing, that being coupled together, right? Loving animals, caring for nature, just being a reestablished relationship with the earth, and then with community with one another. I think it's just such a powerful combination to have all of that working together on the farm. It's truly a miracle to be a part of this, and I encourage anyone, you have the opportunity, please come out here and don't just, take our word for it, experience it directly for yourselves. But I see this as a miracle because it's gonna be a story like, but God. Like, we need God to move the hearts and the minds of people to be willing to pour generously back into this endeavor, that God gets the glory from this, and that it truly is a miracle of love being manifested in New Jersey at this critical time.